Is that fine? Are you comfortable with it? Would you like to try that? And so, should we start this game now? Are you ready? Should I explain to you one more time?
Yes,
What you
please,
need?
I think, because people have been just joining in yet, right? So just reiterate the instructions so that.
Yes, yes, sure. So now these are some exercises to find out if our students have in the virtual space understood the story. So as I said, we can do screen sharing with them and we can read the story together. So what is our game? 5 participants, and everybody is going to get a chance later on. They are going to raise their hand on the chat box, and Jyoti ma'am is going to select the first 5, and you have to tell us how you would be remembered, how you would want to be remembered by posterity. So think about it, and please put up your hands. And this is an interactive, participative session. It is not pedagogy, so we are looking forward to your participation. So is everyone, have they got it in their minds what we are supposed to do? So are you ready? Should we get started?
Yes.
Yes, Jyoti ma'am, have you got any folks who've put up their hands?
No one yet.
Okay, doesn't matter. Let's give them a little bit more time.
Oh, yes, there is.
I think we have Dr. Paul and we have Malvika. We have 2 people who would
Malvika.
like to.
Yeah, Malvika. Dr. Paul.
So can we unmute Malvika?
Yes, I've made it flexible for
Hello.
people to unmute themselves. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself. And
Wonderful.
yes, Malvika.
Hi, Malvika.
Hello. This is a very interesting session. So your question was, what would we be like to be remembered for by our
Yes.
grandchildren?
Yes.
So like you
Great
said, like
grandchildren.
stories about us.
Yes.
That's how we remember our grandmother, with these
Ah.
beautiful stories, and our grandfather, beautiful stories passed on in the family of all their qualities. So I think each of
Wow.
us is so unique with different qualities that we have. And
Yes.
so we would set an example, and each of us would have different qualities that we are remembered for.
Wow.
So that's what I would be passed on through
Now,
stories, of
Malvika,
course.
thank you so much for your participation. I thought that was a wonderful attempt to be remembered by your grandchildren. And of course, we share values with them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Malvika. Please, can we have the next participant? Jyoti ma'am.
Dr.
Dr.
Paul.
Paul.
You can unmute yourself. I've allowed that.
Yeah, everybody can see me?
Yes.
Yes, yes. So how would you like to be remembered, Dr. Paul?
Yeah. I remember my grandfather because when I was 2 years old,
Yes.
he used to bring taxis those days in 1951. Take
Yes.
me to his hotel. He had a hotel, and he make me to sit in the cashier counter, and he used to pamper me, love me. And after 2 hours, he used to drop me. The
Ah,
same thing I'm doing now. My grandchildren, of course, I drive myself. I
yes.
pick them every day and take them to garden and buy some chocolate for them, or buy occasionally gift for them, and
Yes.
they all remember me. That not a single day passes without they 2 or 3 times calling me on video calling and want to talk to me, chat me. So that is the love I have created, and I'm sure they will remember me even after my death.
Oh, that's wonderful. Dr. Paul, it's really very emotional feeling to know that when I'm gone from this world, my grandparents will remember me with love, with all the episodes, the fun that we had with them. I'm sure they are so lucky to have you as a grandparent, Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing
Thank you.
your innermost thoughts.
Thank
Very,
you.
very wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Paul. Yes, do we have any more participants who would like to share with us how they would like to be remembered? Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
there's
yes.
Mangai Kumar V.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome,
Yeah,
Mangai
so
Kumar.
unmute yourself and we will tell you what is expected. He's saying what is the content expected? I joined in late. So if
Okay,
you can
okay.
share that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so
Yes, hello, hello, Mangai.
Hello? Yeah, I'm hearing now,
yes.
ma'am. Yeah, please can tell me.
Happy to meet you.
Yeah, hello,
And
ma'am.
Mangai, this is the game we are playing. We
Hmm.
remember our grandparents and great grandparents through family stories because we are
Yeah,
told so
true.
many wonderful, right?
Correct.
So, how would the game is how would you like to be remembered by your grandchildren or your great grandchildren?
Okay, okay. Like, I seriously remember so many things of my uncle and aunties and my mothers and cousins, what all they did in their childhood mischiefs. That's what my grandmother used to tell me, and that is close to heart. Even now, when we go to the staircase and see the places where they did all small pongal parts and how they played around with water, all that. And in those days, during the Margali month, they used to make nice rangolis with a yellow pillar in the center. They used to pluck all
Yes,
that and play with that, it seems. So these were very memorable stuff that I cannot forget. And the
yes.
same way, I used to tell my children also what all mischiefs I did.
Ah,
Plucking the cat from the neighboring hood, and my mother doesn't like the cat, and how I was getting the beatings from her, all that.
you
So
must have
that
been
is
a very
how,
naughty.
yeah. Because I
Listen,
listen to naughty stories and I tell them also what I did so naughty with my childhood days.
so
Thank
your
you.
grandchildren, they are going
Yeah,
to
yes.
remember you, Mangai, as a
And
very naughty grandmother. You broke
correct.
all tradition and you did all
Because that
sorts of
is
things.
something which is still I remember rather than many other stories they told me, that is very, very close to my heart. I still remember them.
Wow.
Mangai, I'm so happy. So thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you
We
for
have
inviting us into your world. Yes.
we have Bhanumati next who's raised the hand for an
Oh,
interesting
lovely.
story. Yes.
Lovely Bhanumati.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Bhanumati and I'm a storyteller. Thanks to Mangai for uh, uh, sharing the information about this event. Thank you so much, Mangai.
Yes.
And yeah, my story is like after becoming a storyteller, through all my colleagues, I came to know that they have heard stories from grandparents,
Yes.
but I haven't heard even one story through my grandparents, or neither from my mother or from anybody. I haven't heard any
Really?
stories at all. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, this is
Wow.
unbelievable. Yeah. So, being a storyteller, I have been telling stories every night to my daughter. Every
Oh
single
my.
night goes with a new story. That is the most challenging part.
Wow.
Every night I used to tell a new story. She expects me to tell a new one. So, like, this is what I want my grandchildren to remember me as, like a storyteller who used to tell a
Storyteller.
new story every night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that
Thank you.
story, thank you so much. The storytelling session is such a great part of the day for the grandchildren. They really connect and they listen mesmerized to every word that you're saying. Thank you so much, Bhanumati. That was so
Thank you for
beautifully
listening.
said. Thanks a lot. Yes, do we have Sandhya Acharya?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Hi,
have somebody else.
Anjali.
Hi, hi,
Hi,
Sandhya.
Anjali. This is Anuradha.
Thank you.
Anjali.
Anuradha.
Anuradha. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I would like to live the moment, live for the moment, have
All
fun,
right.
and
Fine,
then
fine.
not thinking too much.
Show your
So
video,
I
right?
just, sorry,
Anuradha, just show
Okay.
your video, na?
my
We'd like
video.
to
I'm
see you.
sorry.
We would like to see you.
I'm so, yeah, definitely next week I would do that. So it's some
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
Okay. So I would like to be remembered as a fun-loving and then living for the moment
Yes.
and then enjoying with spread happiness with
Right.
whomever we
Right.
are. I just want to spread happiness and to be remembered like that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You get the most out of life. Every
Yeah,
moment is a
yes,
new experience. Kavita, thank you so much. I never thought of this perspective. I never thought that we would, let our grandchildren know that we could live for the moment. We could do things that our hearts desired.
Correct.
We don't have to have very noble ideals. We can be naughty. We can do, spur of the moment activities. So that was
Yeah.
very beautiful, Kavita. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now is there any other person or should we go to the next game?
Who is Galaxy C7 Pro? Okay, please,
Yes,
your
welcome.
name.
That's
Welcome, welcome.
myself. That's
Oh, yes,
myself,
welcome. Jai
Anjali.
Shri Dhilan. Jai Shri
That-
Dhilan, hi.
Hi, Anjali. Hi, lovely session we are having with you.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to, if I may, I would like to share just a few thoughts.
Yes,
Um, okay. First of
of
all,
course.
I really enjoyed listening to my story said through your words, which mine is of course written in my book. And I was pleasantly surprised that you have used it in the session, made me feel very, very happy. And you said it so well, so beautifully. We were all riveted to the story. And the second thing I want to share is that I have twin, two twins. I mean, the boy and a girl, Malvika, my
Yes,
daughter's children, who
yes,
are just turned 8, and they're the
yes.
most adorable grandchildren that anyone can have. They are always after me to tell them a story. And the best thing about technology is that yesterday I just finished writing a little story for children, and their mother called me, my daughter called me and said, Mom, they're just not sleeping. Please, it's time for their bedtime now. Tell them the story so they can go and sleep. And then
No.
with my phone and my my laptop open on my story, we had such a wonderful 10 minutes because I read out my story to them, and they
They
could
heard it.
visualize it. Yes. And I actually, the story was about the little dog that we had as a family dog, and from when their mother was a little girl.
Yes,
So it was a great session, and I think storytelling is a very, very good tool to use in education or for learning. And I had a great time with them yesterday. It was wonderful, and thank you so much. Thank you so much,
it's
Anjali.
it's
Wonderful
an
session.
honor for me to have you, such a prolific author, on my show. Thank you for being here,
Not at all.
and
Not
then
at all.
thank you for sharing
It's a
your
pleasure.
experiences.
Yeah.
Now, should we play one more game or should we take some share from Dr. Paulos? Of course, we can do that. Let me just introduce Sandhya. Would you like to say something? Sandhya Acharya? Sandhya, are you there? Would you like to connect with everybody? Sandhya, can you unmute yourself?
No, she is unmute, but she needs to share the video or
Okay,
the
okay,
video.
all right. Sandhya, are you able to? Yes, yes.
Sandhya,
Thank
just
you
put
so
on
much
the
for
camera.
joining.
Anyone else interested in sharing their story? Please.
Uh, Jyoti ma'am, that would be lovely. Should we just introduce the next game to them?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. Let's start with the
And
next
then
one.
great, great. And we can take Dr. Paul's fairy tale after some time.
Yes.
Now, thank you, Dr. Paul. See, this is a game in improvisation. So, what we are going to do, again, we are going to take 5 participants, and I'm going to give you the first line of the story. So, you have to say the first line, the first person, and after that, you have to say, there is a blunder in the thunder. The earth said, I wonder, I wonder. All right. Now, when you say these 2 lines, it's like a chant. When you say there is a blunder in the thunder, the earth said, I wonder, you're allowed to use your hands, you're allowed to snap your fingers, you're allowed to make noises with your mouth, you can stamp your feet, or you can take a steel plate and you can bang it with a spoon. So there is sound as well as there is intonation of voice. And then the second person, he says or she says the first line and adds a line to it and again says, there is a blunder in the thunder. The earth said, I wonder, I wonder. If you wish, you can even add to the chat. So now The first line of the story is, the rains came down and the peacock danced. There is a blunder in the thunder. The earth said, I wonder, I wonder. Yes, now who is going to take up the second line? Are you ready to have some fun? Anyone, please be participative. Nobody is going to be judgmental here. We are just having some fun to let the students know that it's important for them to understand the first story which we shared on environment. So come on, if you're going to take it up.
Can we have the first line, Anjali, please? The first line
Yes,
that you said.
the first line, the rains came and the peacock danced. Okay? I think people need a little.
Line?
Yes,
Can I
yes, yes. Is somebody coming up?
Mangai,
yes, come on, come on.
Yes.
The rabbits ran to their burrows, and the thunder in the blender, and
Yes.
the earth.
The earth
What did
said,
you say?
very good. I wonder,
Yeah, the
I
earth
wonder.
say, I wonder, I wonder.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you can improvise. You don't have to go along with the instructions that I have given. So we let the students do whatever they want, because then they take ownership of the story themselves. They have created it. They have added nuances to it. They have enjoyed it. They have said it, and they have shared with their friends. Yes, is there anybody else who wants to try this?
Yes,
We'll wait a
Anita.
little while. Yes, yes, most welcome.
Hi.
Anita? Hi.
I'd like to add, the elephant trumpeted in delight. There's a blunder in the thunder. The earth said, I wonder, I wonder.
Wow, that's great. And how about snapping your fingers or just saying whoo, 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 or whatever you. Ah, I think that's amazing. Thank you so much, Anita. So you just see that as a teacher, and you find that your children are having so much fun. Anita, I hope you enjoyed doing that. Yes?
Absolutely.
And then it just makes learning so much more enjoyable. I'm so happy and thankful to you for sharing. It's so beautiful because we all have a lovely energy between ourselves, right? It's not that the teacher is conducting all the time and giving them concepts and all sorts of teachings, but they are absorbing them. So this is called synchronous learning. Wonderful. Thank you, Anita. Is there somebody else who wants to add?
Okay,
Have fun with your elephant?
I'll just go through.
Yes.
Okay. The rain came down pitter patter.
Yes.
The rain came down pitter patter. There is blunder in the thunder. And the earth said, I wonder, I wonder.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what about making some noise?
I'm holding on to the phone.
Okay, no problem. Manuel, would you like to try? Give us some French insights into this story.
I try. I try. The
Yes.
children went outside.
Yes,
The children went outside and they enjoyed the sound of the rain.
Ooh.
There is a blender in the thunder. The earth said, I wonder, I wonder.
Wow, wow.
Wow.
And how about making some noise, Manuel? Wonderful. And I must admit, I have learned a lot from Manuel herself. She is a teacher in France and she has taught me beautiful stories and lovely, lovely relationship with English stories and to French stories and history. And it was just so beautiful being with her. So that was really wonderful. Thank you so much, Manuel, for participating. Just see if we as adults have so much fun, the students are going to enjoy themselves. They're going to make videos and they're going to send it to the school. And so the teacher comes to know that the students are having a lot of fun. All right, now, if you're ready, should we go to the next game? Yes, does everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. The next game, if you like, I'll give you situations so that it gets you started. But if you don't like, you want to create your own story, then you can go ahead with it. So would you like that I should share some situations with you?
Okay.
You're free to use them, or if you don't want to use them, You are your own boss. So the first situation is that a young girl about 9 years old, she goes to spend her holidays with her grandparents who live on the edge of a forest. So she goes to the forest, and in the forest she finds a dry well. And when she looks inside the well, she finds that there is a staircase inside the well. So she gets onto the staircase and she goes to the bottom of the dry well, and there is a door there. So she opens the door and she finds a whole new world which is not existing on the earth on top. And from there, you have to take on the story. So if you wish, there are two more situations. If you wish, I will tell you, but we are going to give everyone time for 3 minutes to make your own story. You don't have to conform to the situations I'm sharing. At the same time, if you would like, I will tell you another situation. So you and your brother, you were invited by your uncle to spend your holidays with him. Now your uncle was a person who used to fly for fun, glider aircraft. You know, virtually every city in India has a flying club, and there are people who sometimes they own their own planes, sometimes they hire them. But this uncle told these two little children that you have been very good, so I'm going to take you for a night sortie. I'm going to take you for a flight in the night. But I will meet you there at 9 p.m. You come, have your dinner and come, but light dinner, and I will take you for a night flight. So these two little children, maybe it's you and your brother, they reach the flying club. It's all dark. There are many planes parked, and they go and sit inside the wrong plane. Before they could say anything, the pilot and his co-pilot, they come and they don't even look at the back and they just fly the plane. And these two people are actually smugglers and criminals, and they are unaware that these children are at the back and they fly off to an unknown land. So that is another situation for you. Two situations. Meanwhile, do think of some stories on your own. I see some of my students have joined this. Are you there? Kruti, Krusha? Kruti, Krusha, would you like to share a story with us? Yes, hi. You can unmute yourself. Hi, so happy to see you. Really happy. Are you being good in the lockdown?
Yes.
Are you helping your mom with the housework?
Yes.
Very happy to see you. Okay, please excuse me. Kruti and Krusha, would you like to share a story with us? We have Rekha saying, oh, okay, she has a story as well. So now, are you going to share a story, or would you like to do it after some time?
After some time.
After some time. Okay, then let's have Rekha on the show, and let's hear Rekha's wonderful experiences. We will share her lovely story. Rekha, please, can you come on? I'll see you, Kruti, Krusha. Rekha, are you there? Would you like to share your story with us? Rekha, you need to please unmute yourself and start
Rekha
your
said
video.
she had to leave, enjoyed the session. She's
Is that what you said? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So now, are there any participants who would like to tell us some stories? This is a storytelling session. If you would like to, I'll be most happy. So one thought leads to another thought. And there are all sorts of things going on in this world. So if we are aware of it, we can use it in our stories. Meanwhile, Dr. Paulos had raised his hand because he had a fairy story. So Dr. Paulos, Malvika, would you like to share a story with us?
I can just give, can everybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we
Yes.
can
So
hear
the
you.
first situation that you said where the girl goes down the well
Yes.
and goes into a whole new world.
Yes.
So I can just share an idea and then somebody can build on it more.
Okay. Okay.
So
Lovely.
when she opens the door, it's a whole new world where animals can speak, unlike
Yes.
Oh,
on the earth. So
that's
here,
wonderful.
and she meets animals who are trying to improve themselves. So she sees a lion who is in deep thought. So she asks him that, what are you thinking about? And the lion says, I'm supposed to protect my kingdom, but I also eat some of them. So how do I do this? How do I solve this dilemma? So they sit down and think together. And so, like we could build on this more where, they meet the monkey and then the other animals come and help each other and they have a discussion and they find a way, so I just
Wow.
thought it was a beautiful opening that you gave. So just one idea that came. And now, of course, Dr. Paulos can share. Thank you so much.
Oh, lovely, Malvika. It's a very loving animals. You know, when we give human attributes to animals, it's called anthropomorphic. So you gave us the imagery of animals, which was very beautiful. And I'm very happy to see your son there, Arav.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, Arav.
hi. That's my grandson, guys.
Yes, wonderful. Lovely to
Hi,
see you.
Nani.
Okay.
Hi, beta. How are you?
Okay,
Yeah, please,
so
please
happy,
carry
dears.
on.
Very happy to see Malvika and Arav. Yes, if
Yeah.
there are any more additions, most welcome. Or we can
Yeah,
ask
I
Doc.
would add on to that
Yes,
story. The
yes,
girl
Mangai.
went into the well and she opened the new door and she
Yes.
saw the upside down world. Imagine the
Ooh.
skies and clouds were on the floor level, and she was
Wow.
seeing some carrots hanging on the top with the trees and fruits all hanging on the top, and on the floor she was seeing the cloud sky and all the glittering stars, and she was
Oh,
so
Wow.
wow.
scared to step into those clouds to walk because she was so suspicious about if she will fall into these clouds or she can walk over the cloud. By that time, she was just thinking of a caterpillar came flying. It had lot of wings, and every single part of the caterpillar ball, it was having wings, and it came flying. And it said, "I'm the train of this world. You can travel on me. Please get on me." And this girl was so surprised, and the caterpillar was speaking, and it was so big enough that she can sit on the caterpillar and have a nice flying journey. And this caterpillar took her all the way into this new world. The skies were
Wow.
down, she could touch the clouds down, and she could, whenever she thinks of something, she want to touch the flower or she want to pluck the fruit, the caterpillar didn't even wait for her thoughts to be expressed. It just immediately went on her own thoughts. The caterpillar could receive her thoughts. So she was so happy, enjoying the whole day. And we went back to her grandma. She was surprised still her grandma was sleeping and she doesn't know anything about what her exploration was. Then she continued this day on day. Every time her grandma sleeps, she goes into this new world.
Oh, beautiful, Mangai. That was fantastic. It is so imaginative. Just lovely and very interesting to have an upside down world. Thank you so much. It was so interesting. Thank you, my dear Mangai. Yes, and so thank you. It was really amazing. Dr. Polos, would you like to
Yes.
share your fairy story with us?
Yes. Everybody can see me, and am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
yes. This is a fairy tale story told my grandmother, means my mother's mother.
Yes.
Both my mother's father and mother used to love me.
Ah,
So whenever I used to have a vacation, I used to go to my mother's house. So grandmother told me one story. I'm a Christian, so we believe in this hell, heaven, and in between there is a place called purgatory. And
oh,
one boy was working as a servant, used to be taken by the angel every day to show the world around. So
yes.
one day he was taken to hell, heaven, and purgatory. So he saw a heap of cow dung. So the
Oh,
boy curiously asked, why this heap of cow dung is kept here? So the angel
my.
said, it is for your it is for your, master, that lady, the owner of that house,
Yes.
because she was very kind, and she was, she used to donate, give, alms to everybody. But
Yes.
one day, what happened, when some beggar came asking for some alms, she gave the, some food along with, hand, dirty hand with, I don't know whether I said, and she was, spreading the cow dung with that hand,
Yes.
gave that food.
Oh.
So,
Oh
God
my.
said, you are so good actually, but why do you give that? You could have washed the hand and then given the food now. Whereas she gave
Yes.
that food along with, hand full of cow dung. So this is the punishment. So she's a very kind lady. She's very good to everybody. So she will straight go to, she cannot straight go to heaven. She has to come up, eat all this cow dung, then go to heaven. This has
Oh.
got a impact on me. Whenever I am required to do something, I keep this story in my mind. So I don't do anything wrong that will make me to, have this kind of a punishment. So
Very nice.
this story has got an impact on my behavior. It has transformed my behavior from that time till now. I don't do anything wrong. That will I am required to eat that, punishment like eating cow dung in the purgatory place.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Dr. Paulos, we learn so much from stories. Thank you so
Yes.
much. So, is there anybody else, or do you think that now we should wrap up our session?
Yeah, we should
If
wrap
there's
up our
someone,
session, and really it was
yes,
very wonderful. Uh, the power of imagination is limitless, is what I feel. And storytelling is something that you can just think, and come out with real creative thoughts. That's what I personally believe. I would like to invite Dr. Paulus for sharing a word of thanks.
In fact, in my online session, I will use all this technique, because unless we take the conduct the online class as if we are telling some story in that hero, or there is a emotion, all that, if I unless add to that, and if I make it, little what do you call story like, it will have a more impact. So I am going to use all these techniques in my online session. And we are wonderful to have you in this session. And I myself have learned a lot, and I hope all the participants have learned a lot of things. I also thank all the participants for having come. Now, I would want to mention 2-3 things about IAI. We have been conducting this knowledge sharing session on every Tuesdays. Now we have scheduled up to 22nd September. 29th September onwards, we need a person to conduct knowledge sharing session.
yes,
So you all are welcome to conduct knowledge sharing session. You can put in the knowledge sharing session. One thing I want to request you, please, those who are not joined knowledge sharing session, please join the knowledge sharing session. There is a link provided in that. In the e-journal of August is already released. I hope you all gone through it. Otherwise, you can ask for a soft copy. We invite you to write articles of your knowledge every month. The article has to reach that email which is provided up to 5th of every month. I also request all of you to become paid members of this IAI. It is only 1,500 rupees per month. Anjali is a paid member. I am a paid member. So that there are some expenses to be incurred in that. After all, Dr. Meeta has started this IAI with purpose of connecting trainers with institutes and industry. Now to meet that expenses, we have to have some fun. So I request all of you to become a paid member by paying 1,500. So I'm inviting all of you to conduct knowledge sharing session. I'm inviting you to write articles. Thank you all for attending this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Paulos. Thank you, all the participants. You have really become a part of my heart, and I am going to remember you for always. And I hope to see you in future sessions also. And
Yes.
thank you for participating. Thank you for all the lovely comments in the chat box. I'm very, very happy to be part of this session and be part of your lives. Thanks again, all the participants. Thank you, Dr. Paulos. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you to IAI3.
Thank you, Anjali.
Okay,
Thank you.
goodbye, good luck. Thank you, Jayashree. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for making my day. Bye, Malvika. Bye, Kruti,
Bye. Bye,
Krusha.
everyone.
Bye, Dr. Paul.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you, and thank you, all my lovely friends and participants. And I hope to see you once this scary situation is over.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
Malvika. Thank you,
Bye. See
everybody.
you
Thank you,
all.
Jean.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.